Hello, Internet. So, be like rubber. Yeah. Yeah, these are really getting weird now. But actually, before we get into the lesson for this, lesson for this week, uh, keep watching to the end of the video because I have a few announcements that I need to make. But be like rubber. Now, you're probably thinking, if you've watched any martial arts movies or have any knowledge of martial arts in general, you're probably thinking, isn't it be like water? And yeah, technically that is a saying. I don't know if it's an actual saying in the Eastern martial arts, but it's something that Hollywood has popularized. And to be honest, it is kind of an accurate analogy for how to approach one-on-one combat. Is you go with the flow and just use your opponent's strength against them. Water can weather away mountains, but there's some things about water that I don't like. I mean, I like water. I drink water. But I mean, conceptually, as a way of life, there are certain things about water that I don't like. I mean, it doesn't have its own shape. Its shape is defined by whatever it's in, and it's really just all passive. It just flows. I mean, if you go with the flow, eventually you're going to do like water and find yourself at the lowest point. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of people are in the modern world. They go with the flow, and they collect wherever the lowest point is, figuratively speaking. Rubber, on the other hand, like a rubber band, it has, in terms of structural mechanics and physics, it has two properties: compliance or flexibility, and elasticity. Compliance, like water is like almost infinitely compliant. It just you apply a force to it, it gives. That's kind of what compliance is. You push on it, it changes shape. To accommodate to accommodate the push. But elasticity, water doesn't really have that. Rubber bands, on the other hand, they're like the poster child for elasticity. Whenever you release that force that you push on, it returns to its shape, its original shape. So it has a defined shape. It has a defined identity. And when you push on it, it kind of bends and flexes to accommodate the push. But once the push is gone, it snaps right back, sometimes painfully. Flashing back to incidents in high school when people used rubber bands to shoot people. I mean, you've probably been there, done that, and gotten one in the forehead. Anyway, which actually is kind of a perfect analogy for how we should be in life. See, thing is, you don't want to be rigid. It's like, I mean, I'm an INTJ. I like to put plans into stone and then never deviate from the plans, but life has other ideas. Believe me, life has other ideas. I once heard this saying, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him about your plans. That's life. But you want to be flexible. Flexible enough that whenever life throws life at you, you can kind of bend and flex and accommodate the changes and keep going with the flow. Kind of like water, but you want to be a little more active than water. You don't want to just go with the flow. Another good saying would be to roll with the punches. Because life will punch you in the face sometimes. Like, have I told this story? It's been over a month since I recorded anything in this series, so I don't know if I've told this story or not. But a few weeks ago, we got hit with this thing called Hurricane Florence, and we're like way inland, so we just got a lot of rain and wind. nothing major, and road debris. And, well, I was driving home one night from work in the dark, and I was expecting road debris. Except there was this one curve, and around this curve was a tree in the road, and I tried to stop, brakes locked, and my car Dukes of Hazzarded over the tree. Life punches you in the face sometimes. Now, I mean, obviously I'm okay, and there's no major damage to the car. I mean, beside the point. Thing is, you gotta roll with the punches, and life will punch you in the face. You gotta be able to, bend and flex, but sometimes you gotta bounce back. Sometimes you gotta be active. That's the overall lesson. It's another saying. I know, I'm filling this with a lot of sayings. I believe it was Charles Darwin who said this about evolution. It's not the smartest. It's not the strongest that survive. It's the most adaptable, the most flexible. The ones that can roll with the punches and, just flexibility. Be flexible. So with all of that out of the way, 6 minutes into a video that I wanted to compress into 5. Yep. Same old me. Anyway. By the way, I got a little sore throat going on. It's ragweed season. If you have allergies and you know what ragweed is, then yeah. Anyway, that's not one of the announcements. The first major announcement is this is going to be the last episode of School Doesn't Teach for a while. I'm not really ending the series, but after about a year of videos, I feel like there's enough content in this series for it to make its point. So I feel like I can pull away from this for a while and do something else. And that, well, there's a reason it's been like over a month since I've recorded anything on this series. I mean, one, I pre-recorded a month of videos. 2, my work schedule got really, really hectic there for a while and I couldn't record. And then I got sick with the flu. So for about 2 weeks, I didn't feel like recording anything in front of the camera. Life punches you in the face sometimes. You gotta roll with the punches. But during that entire time, I had been hoping to work on this other series that I want to get started. And, well, that didn't happen. So I'm getting a bit of a late start on that. But that is on the horizon. And I don't want to give too much away about that because, surprise! Everybody loves surprises. No, they don't. They love surprises they want. That tree that I found in the road, that was a surprise. I didn't want that. I didn't like that. Anyway. Another announcement is I'm hoping to eventually do more of these videos outside in the real world instead of in front of a black curtain like this. I know I used to have like a background with like a dresser and books on display, and that's over there. And it's kind of a mess. So I don't want to show it. I believe I had other announcements as well. I will add more episodes to this series. I mean, I could just keep adding content to this series indefinitely, maybe, because there's so much that school should be teaching, but it isn't. It gets redundant after a while, And I really want to shift focus to spoiler. I feel like what's her name in Doctor Who, River Song. Spoilers. Yeah. I don't want to give away spoilers because I'm hoping to do some spoilers with the spoiler. Anyway, there's that okay, yeah, I think those are the big 3 major announcements. I can't think of anything else that I know I should write this down. I should, but oh yeah, I'm hoping to eventually get to some more fun things. Instead of just me sitting in front of a camera or walking around in front of a camera. I bought a selfie stick. Yeah, for the outside and the yeah, it's anyway. Aside from me being in front of a camera and just like preaching like this, I'm hoping to do some more fun things in the future. That's going to require a little more planning because I'm an INTJ. I have a weird idea of what's fun. I think this is fun. So, yeah. So, I'm saying so a lot. I have a mental checklist that I've forgotten, and I'm trying to remember it. Last episode of this for a while. New series in the works. Oh yeah, and I'm planning on kind of like an interim series, just like me kind of random thought dropping while walking around outside or something to kind of bridge the gap. I don't know how much content I can put into that. So the Sunday episodes may not exist sometimes. Things are going to be a little uncertain on Sundays uncertain Sundays. That's what it's going to be for a while, until I can get the new series up and running. The new big series that I'm wanting to do. So, yeah, overall time plan. This is the last episode of School Doesn't Teach for a while. It's not going away indefinitely. A new series is going to be starting eventually, whenever I get it done, and in between, I'll hopefully have something going on Sundays, if I can get to it. Again, scheduling and stuff. And eventually some more fun things, which require more planning. But again, spoilers, I don't want to give away too much. Just trying to keep you guys, like next week, next Sunday, if the video doesn't drop, I don't want it to be like, oh, what's happened? Did he die or something? Yeah, I don't want to be like that. So there might not be a video next Sunday. I mean, don't worry, the gaming stuff, that's like super easy and quick to record. It's like ridiculous. So that's not really going anywhere for the foreseeable future. Eventually I may have to tone that down to focus on some other things, but we'll deal with that whenever it happens. So those are the announcements. And remember, be like rubber. And whatever you do, don't be like glue. Because if you be like glue, then whatever you say will bounce off me and stick to you.